If I dropped you on the surface of Venus right now, you'd have exactly 5 seconds. It's not about whether I could save you, it's about whether there'd be anything left of you to save. What happens to your very cells in that instant? The truth is haunting. To understand the reality, look at what happened in 1982. Humanity launched a heavily armored titanium vault across the solar system and dropped it onto the surface of our closest planetary neighbor. This Soviet lander, named Venera 13, was an engineering marvel built specifically to survive the equivalent of a nuclear blast. It lasted exactly 127 minutes. Then the planet completely destroyed it. Scientists realized then that this alien world does not just kill intruders, it erases them. If the strongest metal on Earth is crushed like a discarded tin can, what exactly would happen to human flesh? Most people think they know exactly how this story ends. For decades, science fiction and pop culture have convinced us that if you stepped onto the Venusian surface, you would violently choke on toxic gas or be rapidly dissolved by the planet's famous sulfuric acid rain. Before the space race of the 1960s, even leading astronomers widely believed Venus hid a wet, tropical, swamp-like paradise beneath its opaque clouds. It was Earth's twin. It was supposed to be a jungle. Then we sent the first probes, and the romantic illusion of a tropical sister planet was violently shattered. The truth of Venus is infinitely darker than acid rain or toxic swamps. In fact, the acid never even touches you. The real way you die on Venus defies the laws of physics as we understand them on Earth, and it begins the exact millisecond you arrive. The clock starts. Second one, you do not choke because you do not even have the time to inhale. The very first thing your body experiences is not chemical. It is entirely mechanical. The atmosphere on Venus is composed almost entirely of carbon dioxide, but it is densely packed to a horrifying extreme. The pressure at surface level is 92 times heavier than the atmosphere on Earth at sea level. Suddenly, without warning, it feels as though 900 meters of deep, crushing ocean water has just been dropped directly onto your chest. This is an environment of 9.3 megapascals. Your eardrums rupture instantly, producing a deafening pop that you cannot even hear because the dense air distorts sound waves into low, terrifying groans. The air is so incredibly thick that it physically bends light. The barren volcanic landscape around you looks as though it is shifting and warping under a hazy, permanent orange ocean. Your lungs violently collapse inward. The catastrophic barotrauma forces the air out of your chest, crushing your ribcage instantly. But your body is being physically crushed from every single direction at once. If you could somehow survive the sheer mechanical force of an atmosphere that acts like a deep-sea trench, you still would not make it to second 2, because the pressure is not actually what kills you first. In the exact same millisecond that your ribs snap under the weight of the sky, something infinitely worse is happening to your exposed skin. Second 2. You are now experiencing the ultimate cosmic oven. Venus has no seasons. There is no cool night to offer relief. The planet has an axial tilt of 177 degrees, meaning it was somehow knocked completely upside down in the ancient past. It also rotates backward, so agonizingly slowly that a single Venusian day lasts 243 Earth days. The sun rises in the west and sets in the east, but you would never see it. Only about 2% of sunlight ever penetrates the suffocating cloud cover. Because of a runaway greenhouse effect, that tiny fraction of trapped solar radiation has turned the entire planet into a permanent 464 degrees Celsius nightmare. That is 867 degrees Fahrenheit. Globally, from the equator to the poles, it is significantly hotter than Mercury, even though Mercury is much closer to the sun. Before your brain can even register the blunt force trauma of the crushing atmospheric pressure, the ambient moisture on your eyes, inside your mouth, and lining your throat instantly boils into vapor. The heat is so absolute and overwhelming that your neural tissue begins to literally incinerate before your nervous system can even fire a pain signal to your brain. You are burning alive, but you cannot feel the fire. The temperature is hot enough to effortlessly melt lead, zinc, and tin. If you manage to look up at the towering peaks of the planet's 1,600 massive volcanoes, you would notice a bizarre shimmering frost capping the mountains. It looks like snow, but at 464 degrees, water cannot exist. Radar data from modern orbiters reveals that this Venusian snow is actually composed of heavy metals, likely lead sulfide and bismuth sulfide, condensing and falling onto the peaks. You are imploding and incinerating simultaneously beneath a metallic snowfall. Yet against all biological logic, even if you were an indestructible synthetic cyborg completely immune to both heat and pressure, you still would not survive this landscape. Because the thick, suffocating orange air you are standing in is not actually air at all. Second 3. Here lies the most terrifying, physics-breaking secret about our sister planet. When you combine apocalyptic planetary heat with deep ocean atmospheric pressure, the carbon dioxide environment undergoes a radical transformation. It is forced into a bizarre, highly aggressive state of matter known to physicists as a supercritical fluid. At the surface of Venus, the atmosphere behaves as neither a true gas nor a true liquid. It is a horrifying hybrid of both. You are not standing in a storm, and you are not breathing in a heavy fog. You are effectively drowning at the bottom of a hyper-dense, boiling ocean of solvent. If you tried to swing your arm, you would meet intense physical resistance, exactly like trying to move your hand through a swimming pool. The air has immense physical weight and drag. But unlike water, this supercritical fluid is chemically hostile to organic matter. This state of carbon dioxide is used here on Earth in industrial laboratories to strip caffeine from coffee beans and extract oils from plants because of its incredible ability to dissolve organic compounds. You are entirely composed of organic compounds. This supercritical fluid is chemically attacking your cellular structure. So, as you stand there in the final, agonizing moments of your 5 seconds on this alien world, what is this hyper-dense atmosphere actually doing to your biology? Second 4, we have reached the great Venusian myth. For your entire life, you expected the thick sulfuric acid clouds swirling high above the planet to rain down and melt you like a horror movie monster. But those legendary acid clouds sit high up in the atmosphere. The surface you are standing on is so impossibly hot that any sulfuric acid rain evaporates roughly 25 kilometers before it ever hits the ground. This meteorological phenomenon is known as Virga rain that never touches the Earth. Venus does not need acid to dissolve you. The supercritical carbon dioxide solvent is already doing the work. It is actively breaking down the lipid barriers in your human cells. Your body fat, your skin membranes, and your cellular walls are being chemically dismantled by the air itself. By second 4, your blood has reached a rapid boil. The fluids inside your veins turn to gas, expanding violently and tearing your entire circulatory system apart from the inside out. You are not just burning. Your very physical structure is being actively dissolved and erased into the atmosphere. Second 5, the clock stops. Could you hold your breath and survive 5 seconds on the surface of Venus? Absolutely not. You would not even survive a fraction of the first second. By the time the 5 seconds are up, the supercritical fluid has begun rapidly dissolving whatever organic matter remains of your flash-incinerated, imploded body. Humanity has sent rovers to drive across the freezing deserts of Mars for decades. We have sent probes sailing into the freezing void of interstellar space. But Venus destroys our greatest engineering achievements in mere minutes. To survive there, Soviet engineers had to design landers with internal phase change materials, substances that absorb the extreme heat by melting entirely, sacrificing their own structural integrity just to keep the internal computers cool for an extra 20 minutes. When the human body arrives, it has no titanium armor and no phase change cooling system. You do not die of one specific thing on Venus. You die of everything, all at once. Catastrophic deep-sea barotrauma, flash incineration of all bodily fluids, and aggressive chemical dissolution. All of these physiological failures happen simultaneously, in significantly less time than it takes to read a single sentence. Your arrival and your total biological erasure are the exact same event. But the most chilling part of this story is not how fast Venus kills you, or how alien its supercritical surface feels. The true horror is a secret hidden deep in the planet's geological past. Billions of years ago, planetary scientists and astrophysicists believe Venus was a radically different world. Models suggest it likely had brilliant blue skies, deep liquid water oceans, and a moderate climate remarkably similar to Earth's. It was a world that could have harbored life. It truly was our twin. But at some point in its history, a massive catastrophic tipping point occurred. The sun grew warmer, the oceans began to evaporate, and water vapor trapped heat in the atmosphere. This triggered a relentless runaway greenhouse effect. The surface baked, releasing vast amounts of carbon trapped in the rocks, which thickened the atmosphere further, creating a self-sustaining cycle of rising temperatures that boiled the oceans away into space entirely. Today, it is a dead, toxic pressure cooker. When we look up at Venus in the night sky, shining brightly as the morning star, we are not just looking at a hellscape that destroys titanium and erases human flesh in a single second. We are looking at a warning. We are looking at Earth's twin, gone horribly, irreversibly wrong. When we look at Venus, we might just be looking into a mirror. The universe is full of hidden terrors. Subscribe to see what's next, and let me know which planet should we explore. Thank you for watching.